Good morning. Happy Wednesday morning. It's a gorgeous day, and I expect it to be perfect. How many of you have expectations? We all do. Humans just do. We have expectations. We have expectations of how our life is going to go, how our relationships are going to go, how our career is going to go, what's going to happen with our finances. What the problem is, the vast majority of us never share our expectations with the people in our lives. So, how do they know what our expectations are in the relationship? It doesn't open up the dialogue for, hey, this is my expectation. So the other person can say, well, I mean, it's great that that's your expectation, but that's not quite going to work for me. And so we have these expectations in every area of our life. We expect something to happen. We expect it to turn out a certain way. And the problem is usually we're disappointed. Things never turn out the way we expect them to because we're on this incredible, amazing journey that has a million and one surprises in it every single day. And so we end up feeling really disappointed, frustrated, oftentimes even angry. And we can fall into this trap of blaming everyone and everything because life didn't turn out the way that we expected it to. And even when we express our expectations, life probably still isn't going to turn out exactly the way we expect it to because that's just not life. But we all seem to have these expectations. I expect to have my family be close and loving and spend lots of time together. That's a great expectation for me, but maybe the other members of my family have a different idea of what life looks like, especially when your kids grow up and start to live their own lives and have their own families. My husband and I moved back to Pennsylvania expecting to be spending a lot of time with our kids. And when I told my kids my expectations, they said, well, Mom, that's great. But, we're all adults. We have careers, we have relationships, we have friends. So we might not be spending as much time with you as you expected us to. And so expectations can really harm us in so many ways. Expectations can harm our mental well-being, our physical well-being, our emotional well-being. Expectations can allow us to be sick because we have these expectations of miracles. We have these expectations that, you know what, I can sit on the couch and eat whatever I want and I'll be healthy. And that's just not going to happen. I heard the story the other day of this man who was in his 50s who was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. And because he wasn't feeling sick, he just expected to continue living life the way he was, eating the foods he was, living the lifestyle he was. And his expectation was that he was going to be fine until his body started to shut down. And then he had one foot amputated because of diabetes. And yet he still expected that that was going to be it. It's just going to be the one foot. I'm okay. I can live with this. Didn't change his actions, didn't change his lifestyle, didn't change what he was eating. And then they amputated the second leg. And he thought to himself, well, I know it's not going to be anything beyond that. I expect to be fine now that both of my feet have been amputated. I'm going to be fine. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. And then they had to amputate a leg. And then the other leg. And then every organ in his body started to shut down. And this man's expectations disappointed him. He ended up dying in his 50s, leaving a wife and children with no husband, no father, because he just had this expectation that he was just going to be fine. I see this a lot with people that I'm working with, and I've had it happen to me in my own life. And if you haven't been following my story that I recently shared, you might want to go back and check out my post, and I'll be sharing more about the different traumas that have affected me in my life and why I learned that I can't have expectations. And if I start to think about expectations, perhaps in a relationship, I need to have a conversation with the person that I'm in that relationship with so they understand what I'm thinking and we can have a conversation around that and work through it. But you're better off if you set intentions. And I learned this when I was 38 years old. I had to have neck surgery. I was unable to take care of my children or my family or myself. I was in a hard cervical collar from here to here for 5 months and I could do nothing. I had to depend on everybody in my life. And all I could do was lay on the couch and think. And boy, you spend 5 months not being able to take care of yourself or anybody else, just laying there on the couch with nothing but you and your thoughts. That really is a game changer. I started to set intentions. And the difference between expectations, which is something that you want to happen, you think should happen, it's a belief, right? Intentions are based on a goal, a purpose, and they cause you to take action. Expectations, usually you're expecting other people to take action. You know, you're expecting things to happen and unfold on their own. But with intentions, you're actually setting yourself up to take action every single day. And when you do that with your intentions, you're more likely to reach your goals. You're going to have a happier life because you can reset your intention every day, every hour of the day, every minute of the day. You can set an intention, which is going to help you to take the action to reach the goal or serve the purpose that you have in your life. So when my clients are working with me, we work on what are your intentions? What do you plan to do? And then how are you going to communicate that to the people in your life so they understand your journey? I was a communications major in college, and the very first rule of communications is that the message that you're trying to send to other people will never be received the way you intend it to. Because the people listening to the message on the other side of it are listening to it from the perspective of their own life experience, which has created their own worldview. So my intention in talking to you guys today is probably not going to be received the way I intend it to, because you're going to be listening to this based on your worldview and your perspective and your life experience. And I hope that when you listen to this, you will take one thing away from this: to let go of expectations, because they don't serve us on any level whatsoever. It's kind of like a pipe dream, right? Now, you might have an expectation of something inside your relationship, and you could discuss that with your significant other, or maybe you have an expectation of your family to support you when you're trying to lose the weight and regain your health so you can live an energetic and vibrant life. And you can express those expectations to your family, but they might not rise to the occasion. So I help my clients to understand that they need to express their intentions. You know, you say, this is my intention. This is the reason why. So really understanding your why is key to being able to successfully be able to set your intentions and reach your goals successfully, is leveraging that why. And then explaining it to the people around you. Here's my intention. Here's how I'm going to do this. And I hope that you'll be able to support me. No expectations. And then if you can't be supported, and of course, that's why I'm here, to support my clients, because I promise you I'll support you, even if your family doesn't. Then you find a way to have people understand that even though you might not support me, it's still my intention to accomplish this goal. And so I would love for all of you to take time to think about this. Are you living a life based on expectations? Or are you living a life by setting intentions. Setting intentions in your life will absolutely change what happens in your life in a positive way. And you could have a lifetime of trauma. It's just life. Life is messy. Life is dirty. We get hurt. Shit happens and it can suck. But you can set an intention to be an overcomer. You can overcome so many health issues. Like the gentleman who had type 2 diabetes and had both of his feet amputated and both of his legs amputated. He could have overcome all of his health issues by changing his diet and changing his lifestyle. But he had this expectation that he was going to be fine instead of setting an intention to make lifestyle changes so he could improve his health and be here for his family. So expectations will cause you to be disappointed and oftentimes cause you to have massive resentment in your life. Whereas intentions are going to help you take action. And when you take action, you're more likely to achieve your goals. And when you achieve your goals, you're going to feel great about yourself and you're going to feel great about your life. So today, think about shifting from expectations to intentions. Be very mindful about it. Work at that and then see how that changes your life. I promise you it will. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you go out and enjoy the beautiful weather today, wherever you are. Take some time for yourself and set the intention to make it a great day. See you next time.